In this post, I share with you how do I start to sew a new dress. So this is my sewing routine. I'm sewing since my childhood. I started a fashion boutique business and now I sew for sharing my experiences with others. Many people asked me recently on the YouTube channel, how do I start to sew? That's a simple question and it got a step-by-step answer. Because it starts with preparing my mind to sew and ends with my hands to finish. I know it may get difficult for the beginners, but as you set a system for yourself, you would enjoy sewing more and you will take lesser time on each project. I stitch for fun and day-to-day wear because I'm not satisfied surfing a lot of time in the markets, online or offline, for the kind of stuff that I want. When it's not your everyday routine to do something particular, it gets a little burdensome and seems a huge task to do something. So, how do I prepare myself to do a project or make a dress or sewing anything particular? See for yourself and let me know if I'm missing any step. Number 1. How do I prepare to make a dress? First things first, I need to mentally prepare myself that I want that particular task done. No excuses whatsoever. It happens that if some special occasion or urgency or festival is approaching, I get super fast on starting and completing a dress, but otherwise, what? I always come out with best results on last minute preparations, but I know even you would agree that last minute work is very risky. If the time ran short or couldn't complete the work, then I'm a good procrastinator, but it doesn't serve the purpose, I know. So, I prepare myself mentally what exactly I want and I can make it. I fear almost always before starting any project that I would spoil the fabric, especially when I have never done it before. I decide what kind of dress I want. I check my designer files for ideas, go through fashion magazines for styles, and check the net for latest designs. Do I know how to make that dress? If not, I refer to my documentation, folder, books, online tutorials, and zero in on the design I'm most comfortable wearing and making. Second thing is to collect everything that I need before starting my sewing project. Many times it happens that I already have a lot of fabrics and scrappy stuff to make a design. Mine works best when we are short of something and we revolve a design around the stuff that we already have. If I'm running short of something, some fabric, lining, trimmings, etc., I make a list and head to the market to shop. I collect my basic sewing material and tools which are placed in or around my sewing machine cabinet. The least that I want is my sewing machine, fabric, chalk, ruler and a measuring tape. But I give you a list in different order. So it is scissors in the scissors case with a cutter, measuring tape that I have a number of them hanging on back of the door, scales on the top of the cabinet, my tailoring chalk in an old tin box which is an empty sweets box, pins in a round pin box or pin cushion, threads standing in a neat plastic container, iron on the cabinet shelf. These are the least that are required to do my work. Now most importantly, my sewing machine in perfect working condition, dusted and oiled in advance so that I can get a good work done. Number 3 is to set up my entire system to stitch my things or sew. Now, doing a task becomes a pleasure when the surroundings are clean, organized, pleasant, airy, well lit, and my things are by my side. Well, if it's an urgency, then I can't afford to care about the surroundings, but you'll agree that it helps to work in a calm environment. I get myself all dressed up, have my stomach full, and get ready to work after checking my pen, paper, measurements, notepad, etc. I set a time to start my work and calculate how much time I would be taking to finish it. I don't go on till infinity with my work as time flies very fast when I'm on work. Number 4 is sewing my dress. I'm not very particular about the indoors or outdoor where I would cut the dress, but my cutting table is on the terrace. If the weather is not favorable, I cut the cloth inside the room as well. Depending on the project or the dress I make, I collect things and then sit down to work. I keep my pen and paper on by my side to make notes if I make any changes on my ongoing project for future reference. Making a video makes this task even easier because it so happens with so many of us that we complete a project and after a few months we forget the steps. A video documentation makes it simpler to keep my work safe and share with others too. I somehow make some money also by doing so. You can do that too. I try and generally do not rest till I complete my work. My mind and my soul get stuck up with the work I do, so I get very restless till that work is finished. That is, make my dress and wear it. Here, I shared how I start a project of making a dress or sewing just anything because starting is the most important thing. Once started, it gets to be finished. The tip I share with you that I try to do my research, brainstorming, homework, or whatever you call it before starting a project. This way, I know what I'm going to do. Even then, if it's something new kind of dress for me, I stuck up in the process. I look at all the alternative processes for a task to complete and visualize the alternative combinations. It takes up a few minutes, sometimes more than that, but it pays off. I come up with a better version of something. I do fear before starting a project of dressmaking, but once I start, I finish and I am fully satisfied that yes, I did because I could start. So, start and share with us how you start a project and get it to finishing line to call it your own. Believe me, almost everyone fears before starting something new, but how would you complete until you start it?